And hold on, pause. Okay, I had to get my period cup out of the microwave. I got my period today.
Oh, what
Yeah.
is that?
Um, like a diva cup. Have you ever heard of that?
Is that like the thing where it goes in and it's a replacement for tampons?
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
like a
did.
little cup like this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like boil it for 5 minutes to sanitize it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, you should. I'm pretty sure it says to, but like either way is a normal thing, I think, that I want to do.
Okay.
And I got my period while we were at church today.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's cool. How are you?
I'm okay. Um, Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Hmm. So today's the 4th, 2026. Happy New Year. We'll try and start planning at 2. We decided we're just going to start the stream early so that we can shoot the shit and get a lot of our talking done before planning. How was your New
Okay.
Year? How was your New Year?
It was okay. Um, I missed the official midnight change. I was in the shower. But
A midnight
I,
shower? That's interesting.
yeah, well, we
Mm.
had a lot of other stuff that we wanted to get done, because my friend group has this Christmas party. We call it Christmas because we always do a D&D one shot. And this year we had to do it on New Year's Day because everybody was going to be out of town. And so I had a lot of preparation that I needed to do for that. So I wound up spending almost all of New Year's Eve uh doing that prep work. And then I realized I want to be clean for the new year. So we wound up doing a midnight shower, and then we didn't realize how close it was until while we were in the shower, the girls started going berserk. And then not that part. This is live stream. Um, and we recently we 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 heard the girls going insane, and then we realized I wonder if they're barking because fireworks. And then because they were just going berserk, not an occasional
Mm.
random bark. And so I reached out and I checked my phone and I'm like, sure enough, it's 12:01. People are shooting off fireworks. We missed the new year, but I'm hoping that means that we'll be clean for the new year. Um,
What do you mean?
I don't know. My grandma always had this thing that what you're doing, like when the new year happens at midnight will represent your year. So like if you're sleeping through midnight, that means you're going to be tired all year, which, it could also mean maybe you'll be rested, but she always believed that that's what it meant. That's why you had to stay up.
Oh
Um,
man.
yeah, but I
I'm
mean,
sleeping
if,
at every New Year. I'm sleeping.
well, maybe that isn't the thing. Maybe it was supposed to be, I mean, she believed in all kinds of old wives' tales that weren't
Hmm.
necessarily true. So you got to decipher which ones you believe. She also believed that if shoes are at the head of the bed, you'll have nightmares.
I've heard
Um,
that one.
It has to be at the foot of the bed. And then she had all the classic, if your hands are burning or itchy, it means you're going to get money and all those kinds of things. If your nose is
Hmm.
itching, it means you'll either have company or are going to get in a fight. She's very, very into superstitions and whatnot. So you got to pick which ones you agree with and don't agree with. But I'm wondering if the New Year's thing, that's also why you have to have at least you have to have money in your wallet if you have a wallet. So like even if it's just a penny or something, like some kind of same reason you don't give someone a wallet or a coin purse without money in it. That's
Mm.
bad luck. And then also, if you have a clean house at the new year, then it means that the rest of your year is going to be, you know, easier to keep up with tidiness. Um, and then there's also the traditional New Year's meal. Do you guys have that up there?
I
The
mean, I don't know. I'm not like tr my only traditions in New Year's were to get wasted and party, and that's it.
I
We
feel
didn't
like
have
that's
like
pretty common.
anything like that. And then when I stopped doing that, now I just like go to bed like a regular day.
Yeah. Which we did that too for a while. And then just when my mother moved up here, we started having to get back into the traditions, for her sake. But the traditional New Year's meal, at least where I come from down in the South, is you've got collard greens or turnip greens, depending on, and then you've got cornbread and ham and black eyed peas. And like each food represents something for the new year.
Hmm.
So like I think the cornbread, the gold represents like fortune or something like that, good luck, and then the greens represent money, and then I'm not entirely sure what the black-eyed peas and the ham represent. My mind is like pink ham, maybe it's for love. I'm
Hmm.
not really sure, but like I should know this, but I've just been so
It's
distant
really
for so
funny.
long.
Pink
Yeah,
ham stands for love.
I
That's
don't
really
know. That's
funny.
where my mind went. But like, it's very like when I tried to explain this to Jonathan, I'm like, this is very like Chinese grandma tradition now that I say it out loud. Like, this is the
Mm-hmm.
kind of shit that they would do in like some traditional Chinese families, like with Lunar New Year and everything. You've got the reds and you've got everything represents something. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't seem like it would be something from white culture, but like, it's very tied to at least to like my family for some reason, and I think it's probably the case for a lot of Southern families.
Hmm.
At least like old-fashioned ones that's there. And I probably could Google it and find out the meanings of each thing, but I didn't do that this year. But when Ma was up here and we had our friends over, she made each person take at least one bite from each New Year's food, even if they didn't like it. She was like, one bite for luck, one bite for this
Hmm.
representative thing. And I felt bad for our one friend Kiana because she's like the pickiest eater like out of anyone, but she was a trooper, so
She did it.
um she did
Maybe I'll
it.
start something next year. I like that idea and just like keep them going, like keep adding every year or something.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the idea is sound. Like you're starting off your new year on a good foot. So, like, even though these particular things are based in like superstitions from generations ago, one could start their own and do it in the same spirit of like an intentional start to the new year. Like, this has this significance to me for this reason.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I like that. I like the idea of you making your own like New Year's traditions for that.
Yeah, I'll have to see what comes up next year when
Hmm
it's time, or just see what I do naturally and then put a meeting to it.
hmm
That's a good
hmm
idea. Cool.
we did have a flute each of champagne. Um and then we had a single shot of tequila before the shower. Um but apparently that was a mistake. I don't know if it was mixing them or if it was just because we had eaten too. But the next day I was kind of a little bit hungover
Oh,
for
you were. How could you tell?
Christmas. My head and just like for one, my head was like whooshy and sensitive. Um, and then I wasn't really like I'm not typically one who gets hangovers, probably because I don't usually overdo it when I drink. Um, but like I was kind of weird in my stomach and my head, and that for me was already more of a reaction than I
Mm,
normally do the next day. My partner, on the other hand, they are the opposite of hangover proof, and they they get their hangover pretty bad.
mm,
And they, of course, definitely felt theirs. But what was weird is that we expected that, just not to that degree. And the fact that I also, having had the same amount, had a reaction at all was also like a huge indicator. It hit both of us way harder than we expected. So
Did
I
you
don't know
guys
if,
did you guys do edibles or smoke at all?
mm-mm,
Huh.
no, no. I
Yeah,
mean,
that is strange.
they might have smoked, I don't know,
What
usually, but
about your hydration level?
yeah, we're drinking water.
Hmm.
I always have water. And but I don't it was weird. It was really weird. I wonder if it's because the champagne was like a $5 bottle of champagne. Um, but our theory was that we're like getting older and so it's just hitting different.
Could be,
But yeah, it was just so surprising because like anytime I get even the smallest semblance of a hangover, I'm surprised because that's like normally we'll wake up and they'll be like puking their guts out and I'll just be like, I get a
I
little
mean, it is a
headache.
little strange to get a full hangover from one glass of champagne and one shot of tequila.
Hmm.
That is a weird thing, I think. And like, did you go to bed immediately?
No, we stayed up a little bit after the champagne. The tequila was before the shower. We didn't champagne because we thought we'd have time after the shower before midnight. And so
Mm-hmm.
we did that as soon as we got out of the shower. But I want to say we were up for a few hours after that before we
Yeah,
went
see,
to
that just
bed.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, man.
Strange. Maybe alcohol is actually stronger than it says, just like weed. Weed is so strong now.
Mm, yeah. Oh, in other news, our homegrown stuff is starting to come of age.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lovely. When do you harvest?
Probably be in a few months. I don't know, but they've started harvesting now.
Mm-hmm.
Just little bits. There's so many different plants. We at some point should have a meeting, like the three of us, just talking about the weed plants because like it go on and on and on and on
Yeah,
about them.
let's do it.
Um, they're a plant mom now, so like 100% just apparently there was a situation with like mold where they found mold in one of the plants and had to go through, and
Mm-hmm.
that was brutal.
Yeah.
Like I think it was like 6 ounces or something that had to be trashed. Just
Oh
heartbreaking.
man, that's so much.
Really, really rough.
How did the
But
mold happen?
probably something to do with like the irrigation system that they set up. Uh, but we've got like three different uh actually, I guess four now, different setups. So we've got two like tents, grow tents. One of them is a bloom tent and one of them is a veg tent. Um, and then we have a box that was made out of like scrap wood. And then foam board to cover it. And then we've got a smaller box that's used for clones in red solo cups. So, yeah, like they could talk for hours on that and give more detail. I have
Mm-hmm.
to limit my exposure because of the phylophobia, but like I'm working towards more and more exposure gradually.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times when they're talking about it, I try to keep up, but then it just some of it goes over my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Small, yeah, I can, and especially like the whatever the mode of learning is, it's not like you're going to college for it. So it's just like little bits of information here and here, and that's enough for now. I need to
mhm,
integrate that before I can,
yeah.
because like if you have a phobia, then like even having the information might be overwhelming.
Sometimes it depends. It
Hmm.
depends on the context of the information and like what it is. If it's about the generalness of growing it, then that's usually fine, like the science of just growth and preparation and everything. When we get into the details of the plants themselves, sometimes it's shaky, but it's getting easier the more I can bring myself to expose them.
Nice.
So just depends.
Oh shit.
What?
Guess, hey Laura, can you do me a favor? Can you grab me that planetary guide book? It's
Oh
January, so
yeah.
the planetary guide time.
Oh yeah. Good catch.
Yeah. Thank you. I think that there's a calendar in here and I'm thinking I'm gonna use it for something. I don't know what yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently I started writing in it. Um, anyway, so let me go to the week. Remember the weekly thing? I'm getting so
Mm-hmm.
excited once I realized it was January,
Yes.
and I'm so prepared by having this. Oh, there's actually a whole overview of 2026. I don't really feel like reading all of that though. But I will tell you that we know Saturn is in Aries, Neptune is in Aries, Uranus is in Gemini. Key dates in 2026, February 20th, Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries. July 15th, and November 29th. A lot of July dates, July 20, July 20, July 21, July 25. Okay, week of January 1 to 4. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to conclude about your plant stories, by the way, before we shift into this?
Nope. I want to
Okay.
hear what the planetary guide says.
All right. You may wake up on January 1 with your mind abuzz with plans and programs for the new year, but not be able to come up with the physical will to set about making them a reality just yet. And that's okay. The universe wants you to enjoy the holiday lounging about, daydreaming, watching a movie, or snuggling in your sweetie's arms.
Aw.
Remember how funny these can be and like how precious? There will be plenty of time to get to work in the coming days and weeks, so don't guilt trip yourself into productivity. You may want to take Friday off from work. So that would have been 2 days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
As the low energy vibes continue, and it could be almost painful trying to get things done. The weekends kick off with Saturday's full moon, which is urging us to move on from toxic, domineering romantic relationships in order to build a more nourishing domestic and family situation. Sunday is the best day of the new year so far, filled with excitement, spontaneity, and a sense of emotional grounding. This is a perfect time for romance as long as you are with a chilled out partner.
Hmm.
This is all very relevant to me so far.
Yeah.
Tips for a 5-star week. Put personal and professional plans on the back burner during the first days of 2026. Done. Instead, do absolutely nothing but enjoy life's artistic and physical pleasures. This is an ideal time, however, to get your love life in order. If you are dealing with an overbearing me first partner, you can find the determination to either set boundaries and stand up for yourself or finally break things off for good. Additionally, you have the opportunity to build the home of your life or of your dreams over the next 12 months through the actions put in place on Saturday.
Wow. That's actually really relevant.
Yeah, me too.
I've
How?
actually like for one, I did have to work on Friday and it did suck butts.
Mm,
Um, I wound up working a little late because there was so much to catch up on from the weekend of the New Year change, and I was ready to pass out, and I did. I actually took a nap at like 6, 7 p.m. And then I woke up and I went out to get food. Actually, my partner brought rice right before I fell asleep, kimchi rice, and I ate it, set the bowl on the table in the bedroom, and then conked out. And then I woke up a couple hours later, went out to get like a snack to finish off the hunger, brushed my teeth, washed my face, went right back to bed. Um, so I got more rest on Friday night. Um, but then I have been feeling a lot of like frustration that I didn't get a lot of cleaning done around the house.
mm,
And I mostly have just been kind of like overwhelmed by it all. And I wished that I could have taken more time to just fuck off because it's tiring.
yeah. You
But
will
we
next
also,
time too, though. I
yeah.
I did actually. I was like, normally I would be like a little bit upset that I didn't like I didn't sweep the floor in 10 days, which is not like me. I'm an everyday sweeper. And I just let it go. I'm like, what would it look like if I just let it all go and let
Mm,
everyone do whatever they're gonna do? Period.
hmm. Yeah. Um, we did have like some romantic, just chill time yesterday where it was like, are we waiting on each other for something? And it's like, no. Okay, let's just like hang out next to each other and like play
Yeah.
games. So we wound up playing separate video games just next to each other and relaxing, which was nice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, existing without having to do anything.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been trying to practice that too.
Also, the creativity is interesting because when I was going to sleep last night, randomly got the desire to, I don't know what caused it, but I had the desire to draw my dogs floating in space with space helmets.
Wow, that's
Ah,
interesting. Ah.
yeah. I I was like, I feel the need to like grab a paper and like sketch out shapes, which I have not done in I don't know how long, if ever. Um, And that was really weird. I'm like, this is not the time, but we'll put a pin in this and see if we remember it when we can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that was just like really, really weird. So it's really interesting that it says that about,
Mm-hmm. That happened to me
yeah,
too, actually, specifically with sketching, drawing shapes.
really?
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds?
Yeah, man. Crazy. Well, so far so good. Let's keep riding this wave then.
Yeah, let's hope they're right about Sunday, about today being the best day.
Yeah. So far so good for me.
I am very tired. I might take a nap.
Mm. Oh, I think that's on my list also, for sure.
Hmm.
Also, I've been resting because I've been getting my period for a few days, so now that it's finally here,
Yeah.
I'm like, and I haven't been honoring that for months.
Mm,
I don't know why.
giving yourself
Recently,
space.
recently I reminded myself about how I had a rule where I wouldn't even work if I had my period. It's not even
Mm,
like I don't even have a bad period or anything. I just like want to honor what the hell my body's trying to do. It doesn't
yeah.
take that long. It takes like 3 days, like just fucking chill.
Hmm.
And once a month I can chill for 3 days and be a log.
3 day cycle. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It gets like I feel like littler and littler. I've had 2 days before also.
Wow.
And it's always around the full moon, either on or before or right after. So it's always predictable. Yeah, it's taken me 40 years to have this kind of life. Um, yeah, it's been nice.
That's amazing.
Hmm.
Well, why don't we read the next planetary week since we're going into the next week?
Oh yeah, that's right. Where did you go? Oh my God, this is making me so happy. Okay, January 5th to the 11th. The holidays are over and it's back to work. Luckily, a lot of the festive spirit carries over into the first half of the week. When a renewed and replenished outlook makes tasks seem effortless, creative, and inspired, and it will be a joy to catch up with friends and colleagues you may not have seen since before Christmas. Thursday's energy may be a bit confusing, and the universe seems to be hitting the brakes while wanting to go full speed ahead at the same time. You may be brimming with dreamy visions, but it may be better to wait until Friday to put things into action. Or you may bite off more than you can chew. Friday is also ideal for making pitches and putting yourself out there. Interesting. But
Hmm.
it's not the best for dating, a small thing that could be blown out of proportion. Luckily, both Tuesday and Wednesday are bursting with passionate, tender-hearted vibes. So schedule all romantic rendezvous for those days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Weekend outlook. A tense T square erupts on Saturday between T square.
What is that?
I have no fucking clue. Um, between the moon, sun, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, which could lead to inflated, easily hurt egos that will lash out over any perceived slight. If you feel overwhelmed by it all, you can avoid the day's drama by devoting yourself to individual pursuits and resting. Resentments could linger into Sunday, so try to check out of any emotional drama. That's interesting. Tips for
Hmm.
five-star week. This is a week of transition. when the festive, sociable vibes of the holiday season recede into the past, leading to a potentially grumpy Saturday when it might be best to go it alone and avoid conflict.
Hmm.
So Tuesday and Wednesday are the actual weekend, and the rest of the week is trash.
I'm taking notes.
Mhm.
Okay.
And this is the daily planetary guide, this thing. Llewellyn, what a name. Llewellyn.
What if it's like uh Irish or something? Irish or Scottish? So my little quote is don't spend time beating on a wall hoping it will transform into a door by Coco Chanel.
Wait, one more time?
Don't spend time beating on a wall hoping it will transform into a door.
Mm, it's so deep.
So you just made a giant pot of plain rice. Okay,
I heard, yep.
that's just 1 cup. Is that the whole pot, or is there more in there? Okay,
It is all of the 1 cup that was put in a pot.
okay. All right. Well, now that we've got our quotes and our talking out of the way,
Should we get into it?
yeah, let's get into it. So, no, we spend time beforehand unwinding and recapping and prepping and stuff.
Yes.
The actual planning part, yes. So, uh, so we will go ahead and go over. This is the Sunday service. We do this every week. We kind of just take time to plan our week. We do it. The purpose is focusing on structure and accountability. We want to show up for ourselves, which means practicing time management, self-care, and grace for oneself. We want to make realistic plans and define what being an on-time person means for that day. We need to delegate when needed and build in rest and joy into our days. One moment. It's the time of year when I'm having to put chapstick on constantly. So, some tips for a
Mm-hmm.
successful meeting are to honor the moment and set the tone. So, this is a ritual. We want to be present, curious, grounded, and stay inspired. We want to curate the vibe with lighting, music, comfortable clothes, fidgets, fan heater, whatever's important for us to feel comfortable. We want to handle our basics like stretching, grabbing snacks, hydration, going to the bathroom. Want to grab tools like pens, notebooks, a laptop, calendar, things that help you focus. And we want to use the resources. So we have a Notion template that you can copy onto your own Notion account and work from that. And then we also have a visualizer that we use with our timers for each section, since we do this in 4 sections. So we'll clear lingering thoughts and responsibilities so that our mind can work effortlessly as we plan the next week. And the 4 sections that we do, we start with a brain dump where we just get everything out of the way. And that usually will take about 20 minutes for that. Then we'll do reflective questions to ask ourselves things about the previous week. And then we'll formulate up to 20 things for our priorities for the next week. And then we will plug those into our calendar. So let me share my screen. Oh, my
Mm.
visualizer has been going this whole time.
What are you calling a visualizer now?
I mean, it's the visuals. Sorry. That
I
that's not
mean,
the same thing,
no,
but
but that's pretty good. I like it.
Um, let's see. You're like, oh no, she came up with another word. Okay. So we will take 20 minutes for the brain dump, and basically there's no right or wrong way to do this. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. What's happening? There we go. Basically we'll just take everything that's taking up space in our mind and we'll just spit it all out on paper or in Notion or whatever. And it could be lists, it could be words, just whatever's easier for you in the moment. I usually do a combination. And we'll take 20 minutes to jot that stuff down, and then we'll come back and do our reflective questions.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. All right. How'd we do?
Pretty good. I was in the bathroom for like 50% of the time, but pretty good. I did like almost like a numbering. Like I just immediately numbered 4 things that I wanted to do, and then I went in and expanded on those things. And
Hmm.
then, yeah, like what I would need to do and what it will entail. Um, and then I started doing a little bit of reflection on like choices that I made about my schedule.
Mm.
What about you?
Yeah, I wrote one sentence in my writing space and then I hopped over to my quick list and started listing out things.
Mm,
And then I wound up going back and just writing a bunch about what I was feeling and questions about stuff and trying to answer them, but also just kind of giving myself room to just ask them, even if I didn't know the answer. And
mm-mm.
then I feel like I kind of set a standard to um, maybe think about them or look into them more this week. And if I don't get them figured out, that's fine, but I feel better just putting them out there.
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing. Like, I remember when I started leaning into just asking a question and not trying to answer it.
Hmm.
And then eventually it just comes, and it just comes quicker and quicker each time. I don't like try to think of what the answer could be.
Mm,
Like, I wonder what blah, 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 and then just let it go.
hmm. And some of it is stuff that like I don't give myself space to ask the question because I don't feel like I have the capacity to explore it more. So I just kind of like push it down. And then the mere idea of touching it with a 10-foot pole gets me like anxious and tired. So I feel like writing it out also kind of forces me to acknowledge it existing, that these are questions that um, I am allowed to have and I can explore them when it feels right, but they do exist, and that's okay.
Mm, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah. Um, I'll be thinking about that more this week, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
So now on to our next section. We've got reflective questions. So this is where we go back and we think about the previous week. And we ask ourselves questions like, how was my week and all my roles and goals and why? What worked and what can I do differently? And what needs to be followed up on? These kinds of questions are not about shaming ourselves. The purpose of them is more of a memory exercise and also to help us tie into our next week and figure out where our priorities lie, since that'll set up our next section as well. So we'll take 10 minutes to reflect on the previous week and then we'll come back for our top 20.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Okay.
How'd it go?
I mean, had a
Hmm?
race in my throat. Hold on.
Oh no. So mad about my broken nail, dude.
Oh, sorry about that. So you have a broken nail?
Well, I just got them done, but this one who's lifting, I don't know. It's something that I
Mm.
was like noticing. They're supposed to take the whole things off. I don't want to get into my stupid ass nail drama. It literally is never ending.
Oh
There's
my
always
gosh.
something. It's so stupid.
Yeah, man. I used to get my nails done all the time. I can't now for a couple of reasons.
Mm.
Sometimes I miss it, and sometimes I'm like, probably for the best.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, it's like a fucking thing that I just, whoops, have to do. So that's cool. I was looking into the share screen thing. Did you know that you have the option to share the content only, share it as a background, share it over the shoulder or side by side?
Hmm.
I was only thinking about it in reference to like when we're in between. It would be cool to have it like switch, but it's like something you have to go in and do every single time. But I thought that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try it. Oh, are you doing it right now? Oh, cool. Try the background one.
I mean, the background one would mean I would cover it up, but I could
Yeah,
try it.
I want to see what it looks like.
Uh, oh, I could move myself. Although I guess this would just be me.
Yeah, I think so. It's incredible. Wait, stay right there. Don't move an inch. Okay, this is incredible. I had to take a screenshot. Can you see what you look like?
I'm pulling up our channel right now.
It's pretty
Mhm.
good. You're just like teeny tiny at the bottom in between everything.
I wish we could both be teeny tiny at the bottom between
Yeah,
everything.
me too. That's a good band name. Teeny
Teeny
tiny at the
tiny at the
bottom.
bottom between everything.
Or maybe it's the song.
Let's see. I'm waiting for it to catch up. I see you laughing in the corner of the video. Wait, so it does show us in the video though.
It shows, what do you mean? Hold on, I'm gonna put this in here in the chat. All right, let me go here.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it shows me. I don't see you. Did you just take it off?
No.
Oh, weird. So it doesn't
Yeah.
show up that way on the stream.
No, but now we know that it still shows us in the corner in between.
I knew that.
Oh, in the past I thought it didn't anymore. Or
Mm,
for a while there, because you were like, I wonder if we can make it so that our faces still show.
like both
But
of us or one of, because it only shows whoever's talking,
yeah,
but it's
that's
been there the
true.
whole time. Yeah,
Huh. Okay.
it's
Well, let
interesting.
me stop this. Let's
Did you see the
see.
picture?
Yes. Oh,
It's
that's
pretty
funny.
good. I know.
Let's see here. Okay. Content only. There we go.
I wonder if my nail
Yeah.
place is open today.
Might have to add that to your top 20.
Yeah, because I can't. Tomorrow I'm going to a bathhouse. Um, and I'm going to use it as an office. So I'm going to be there all day and I want to get this, if it like gets wet under there, it might just make it
Mhm.
worse. So
Yeah. Oh man.
yeah, very annoying problem to have. Anyway, I'm ready whenever.
All right, so let's move on to the top 20. So we're gonna take up to 20 things from our brain dump and our reflective questions. Just tasks, priorities, focuses. It doesn't have to be exactly 20 things, but we want to try to limit it to that so that we're not overwhelming ourselves. And the purpose of it is, of course, to practice prioritizing things because our brains like to think everything is equally important. So we'll pull out the most important things and put them on our top 20 list. And then next section, we'll pull those things out and put them in our calendar. So we'll take 20 minutes or 15 minutes for that, and then we'll come back.
Okay, thanks.
All right. That's our time for top 20.
Okay. I finished pretty early since I kind of listed it all out in my brain dump. So I've been Googling rompers.
Yeah, I finished early too, so I started looking at the weather for next week. Yeah.
Mm.
Then I started rearranging and archiving my 2025 planner sheets.
Oh, planner sheets?
I mean, like
What's that?
previous days that we've planned.
Mm, right.
Yeah, I like
Um,
to archive.
yeah,
And I'll probably at some point go through some of these as well and see what elements I tend to do more than others and see if I want to, I may not, but see if I want to make changes to my own template.
yeah.
So with that, we will go to our last section here, which is where we move things to our calendar from our top 20. And we also want to account for like non-committal times and non-communication times. We want to give ourselves creative, admin, and manager days and account for domestics like weather, chores, meals, pet care, self-care, and balance like working out, arts, and entertainment. Basically, just account for things in our calendar that we may not prioritize otherwise without having it in writing. So we'll take 10 minutes for that and then we'll come back and wrap up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
How did you go?
Not too bad. Um, I got stuff added together and finished a little early, so I tidied up my archive a little bit more. How about you?
Um, I feel pretty complete. I guess that's all I have to say. Feeling pretty good.
Hmm.
I don't feel very overwhelmed. The most thing I'm overwhelmed about is like 2 days here. It's supposed to be like warm, like almost 50 and rainy. And those are 2 days I have to work. And it's always
Mm,
boiling lava hot in that fucking place. And I'm not looking forward to commuting in the rain. So I hope it changes.
oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having to deal with the rain and everything on days when you're getting out of the house is not fun. Like, especially
Yeah.
when you aren't able to always get out as much. So, how rude.
Yeah.
Um,
And
it's also,
also public transpo. Like I can't just
mm,
get into a car. Well,
yeah,
I can, but if I was being a regular person.
yeah. But still, that's wild. Also, I love how I know we were talking about comparatively speaking, but talking about the 50s as warm
I
from
know.
here, I'm just like, New York,
What?
man. But I mean, like, I know you
Yeah.
guys know hot because your summers are insane. But
Our
yeah, and when
summers are
it's
hot, yeah.
January, like, this is ridiculous.
It's
We're getting
fucking
in the
brick, man.
late 60s. We're almost to 70. Uh,
What?
yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yep, yep, yep. That's why I'm like, man, the 50s. But then we're also going down to the 20s. So like
Yeah, it
we're
gets cold there too.
between, yeah, this week alone, we're going down from the 20s up to 65 as of now, which will definitely change. Because the difference, I was looking at my previous week's suggestion for what it thought today was going to be, 38 to 56.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is not that at all. Now the suggestion for today is much different. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that's just Missouri in general tends to be all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking also when I was reading the planetary guide thing, it said something about Tuesday and Wednesday. What was it? Um, bursting with passionate, tender-hearted vibes.
Mhm.
Schedule all romantic rendezvous for those days. So I'll be in the city for 12 hours each day, so I don't see much romance happening.
Nope, not unless you flirt with your clients.
That's funny.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see how this week goes, and we will reconvene next week and we'll find out if the planetary guide was spot on.
We shall.